lot of fights.
Members of the hip-hop community are mourning the shocking death of well-known rapper found dead this morning in a hotel room in Los Angeles.
It was 2 o'clock this afternoon when authorities say they found her in her hotel room.
Actor, comedian, died early Saturday morning in Chicago.
He was suffering from a lung condition called sarcoidosis, which many of us probably haven't heard until this morning.
The death of a child star died today in a Utah hospital 2 days after suffering a brain hemorrhage.
He was found dead today in an apartment here in New York City.
His body was discovered yesterday. Cleaning lady found him face down at the foot of his bed. They do confirm that prescription sleeping pills were found in his apartment and taken from the apartment, though.
The coroner found bottles of prescription pills
inside her hotel room bathtub.
Tragic death of actor performer who was known for his extraordinary range after what they believe was a heroin overdose.
Reporting that he died following a cardiac arrest.
What is happening in Hollywood? That a guy that tough will be on the street waving a gun, screaming, they are trying to kill me. What's going on?
And someone is trying to kill me. I've called 3 times. I'm running down the highway. Okay? I called 911. About 8 times on the trip I've had.
You so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You so sucker than the who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Motherfucker, You so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You so sucker than the who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend over. Talking about who you fucking kidding. I do this for a fucking living. Private life, public life. I can tell the fucking difference. I'm from the city, people love to visit. Every square foot, 100 bitches. Hoes horn, it ain't nothing new. If I ain't hit it, someone hit it. Bob, it's more than like the money riches. It's more than like the fucking bitches. Screenshots, ass shots, and some rock shots. That's why I don't trust them bitches. She ain't friendly with the mother bitches. All they is to her is competition. She just won't be complimented. She just want 100 million followers. Back it up, bend it over on the solid list. On your back, knees up, gynecologist. And you know who stays anonymous. Put it together, then it's obvious. But you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You so sucker than the who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Motherfucker, bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Motherfucker, you be bugging off of who fucking who. You don't realize who fucking you. You be bugging off of who fucking who. You don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend over. Miss me with them conscious lyrics. You sound just like the 1%ers. You must have did a bunch of acid. Either that or you was fucking with us. You wanna be a star, sell out concert tickets. A mansion in a Hollywood subdivision. You get the fame on the one condition. You get copied at the Clone Center. They kill them with a common in it. Overdose from a drug addiction. Same story, same headline. A stroke, a heart attack, an aneurysm. Celebrities and politicians. Just to name a couple members. Rituals and pedophilia. Sacrifices, blood religion. The Queen of England got arrest warrants for the disappearance of a dozen children. Do your research on the topic. At the same time, every year, kids come up missing. But you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You so sucker than the who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Motherfucker, bend over. Bend over. Grab your ankles, touch your knees, bend over. Motherfucker, you be bugging off of who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You be bugging off of who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Motherfucker, bend, 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 bend. Get bent, motherfucker.
Yo, greetings, my people. Greetings, my people. Today is Saturday, August 10th. 2024, 11:24 p.m. And I titled this, what did I title this? You would think I would stop doing this by now. Elevation requires growth and discipline, and don't let them trigger you or something like that. I'll be forgetting my own stuff. But that's one of my favorite albums right there. That's my boy B.O.B. Because I'm an A-Town dude. I like my A-Town people. But that song called Bend Over, and that's off of one of my favorite albums called Elements. And you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. I mean, just that bar alone right there. Because, and it's been a minute, you know, I just been kind of doing some soul searching. I constantly do that. But I'm in a place of reflection, right? And the reason I say elevation requires growth and discipline, because, okay, and I flashed the book, right? And this is Tavistock Institute of Human Relations. And you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You don't even understand where your thoughts come from. And see, one thing in my growth and elevation is I started to learn who was doing what. And a wise teacher, Steve Coakley, he always taught, legendary. Y'all sleep on Steve Coakley. But he always taught, name the names and follow the money. Because sometimes also who is influencing you, right? And I'm not talking about like on a level like a Steve Coakley, because he's a juggernaut. He's in God mode. He put it down and he transitioned, right? But who influences you? Because a lot of times your favorite social media personality, they just got the gift of gab, right? They just give you good talk, but they never really give you real resources or point you toward an accurate culprit. So in this blame game, they make you think you your worst enemy. How many of y'all done said black people are their own worst enemy, right? And to some degree, that looks true. So I'm not even gonna flex. I would lie to y'all if I say that's not the case sometimes. That ain't how it looks sometimes. But you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. And ain't nothing more dangerous. Let me ask you a question. And the first thing that pop in your head is, you know, your answer. What's more dangerous, a group of black men or a group of white men? Now that's up to you. I can't give you the answer. But you so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Because another thing that I say elevation requires discipline and growth is you can't be stuck in your old ways, right? Just like knowledge is eternal, learning is eternal, and that growth is eternal, just like that. Just like you can't be stuck on the same yesteryear. If you're a follower of a FBA, if you're a follower of Morris, you got the right to believe and follow whatever you want to follow, right? I have no problem with that. So this ain't the place. If you want to hop in my comments and start telling me about this, this is not it. But with that comes growth and maturity. Because let me ask you another question. Is it the belief that's keeping us stagnant? Or is it a lack of growth within us? Whatever you, I'm under these colors. Ooh, I got the point right. I'm under these colors. So I got the okay, good. There we go. Interrupt my signal. But this doesn't make me. This doesn't make me superior or inferior. Right? Whatever you got my signal. Okay, 1 second. Okay. Okay, 1 second. I'm having trouble with my signal because this is gonna be a banger. So, yeah, I would think that it cut the full. Look, it's been good the whole time until I start this. But that's how it is. Anyway, I hope y'all still can hear me because my last video, it cut off around a minute and I didn't even get a chance to get my message out. But anyway, this right here, or whatever your belief doesn't make you, right? It makes you believe, right? But the real work goes within. That's why you have an intuition. That's why things are internal. That's why you have an innate knowing, because all of it is in. Right? All of it is inward. It's not called out-tuition. But what you do get is an outcome based on those things. Based on you following your intuition, you have an outcome. And what was that outcome based on that? So what it is, we so worried and they get you in a rat race of what you believe. So the moment I say I'm under this, and I've said this in a lot of things, the moment I say Pan-African or African, the trained Pavlovian dog in most of you will say, what, Africans don't even like you. You so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. Africans don't even like us. Now, in that same bell of that Pavlovian dog, if I was to get up here and say, white folks are devilish, that same trained dog will say, not all white people, because it is in their self-interest to get you to hate you. To get you not to only hate yourself, but to hate your reflection of what looks like you, right? So I did I was on my TikTok last night and I triggered this black sister, this black female, right? And this is why I say growth requires elevation requires growth and discipline. I triggered her because I simply said, Umar Johnson is a black male version of Kamala Harris. And I don't know what part triggered her, but what she used to start her antagonizing or nitpicking was, you need to say his name right. And I go and say as well, does that change my statement? So she goes in, because when you're dealing with emotionally immature or unstable people, their first thing is to go to insults, right? So she goes to insult my hair. Watch your dirty dreads. Watch this. And then, you know, see, this is the training of you. This is the whitewashing of you on the inside. Not you per se, but let's say our people as a collective, right? The first thing they do to get you and to convert them is to get them to buy into stereotypes. So she begins to call me names, to begin to call me Tyrone and say all these things. Because to her, I'm just black ghetto trash, right? Now her name is Proud Black Woman. And under this, she says, I encourage sisters in all caps to date all men of all races. Now, whatever floats your boat, you find your lost remote, as Outkast say. But I said I'm puzzled as to how are you championing for Umar Johnson, but saying you encourage people to date outside their race. Because go back to what I just said. If how they train you, because our experience with each other. So she says, I'm loyal to nobody, especially not black men. And the one thing I do, I said, I don't match energy. I used to say that. But with me going to therapy, with me elevating myself, with me elevating my mind, my body, and my spirit, I no longer match energy. I'll get with you. But that is the problem and the lack of black masculinity nowadays. We have so many tender dick whiners and tender dick dudes that want to match energy and sit and tell women or females how to be them, and vice versa. But her first train of thought, and I couldn't help but to notice that there's an energy. And I think you tell me in the comments, I think this energy was unleashed like around COVID time in 2020. I think there was a shift in the attitudes and the personalities of people, but more specifically, black people, melanated people, whatever you want to say. I think that there was a shift. Because if you look at people, we are, and I don't know if this is chemtrails, I don't know if but if you notice, our people are a lot more aggressive with us, right? Everybody is bitchy. Everybody is insulty, and I think from my observation, we don't even know what we want, right? We don't even know how we want to deal with each other because of our experiences with each other. We've had because I keep telling you, a lot of this stuff is proximity, right? So the grass looks greener on that other side. So when you get outside of your grass and you get in somebody else's yard, you tend to think that that's better. You tend to think that that yard is better. You tend to think that that yard is more beautiful, right? But it's all predicated on the conditioning and the experience with ourselves and with our people. And the growth in me would not allow me to talk about her weave, talk about her wig, talk about how, this is what I mean when I say getting on their level, matching their energy. Talk about how black women are the least to get married. Talk about how no man will want her, how she's undisciplined, even though she was, and I will say that she was in just her approach. But you got to think about it. She used to hearing that. This is why people are agents. And like I responded to it, I said, you're just like Cujo. And you get triggered, and there are a bunch of bats that continuously bite you on your nose. You're like a mad dog that's getting madder. So you just want to stray over to me and just growl and bite at me. But I'm not that one. Because of the growth in me. And also because I'm raising my granddaughter. And she loves me. So this is what I want to do. This is what I want y'all to understand when y'all are making y'all content, when y'all are saying these things. Where are your children? Like y'all would say in child molestation cases or R. Kelly cases or whoever y'all want to defend, where were the parents? Where are y'all children when y'all are saying these things, right? And my baby was playing maybe 7 feet away from me, which means she can hear what I'm saying. So just imagine me sitting up here talking about how much I love black women. She used to hearing her pop talk in a certain way. And because a black woman insults me, and because she's already hurting, because she insults me, she hears her pop become unhinged. And now I'm talking like every other Joe Blow on the internet. I'm talking like a Corey Holcomb who's trash. I'm talking like a Kevin Samuels and his disciples, which are trash. I'm talking like a Charleston White, which is trash. I'm talking like whatever lower level black male that they gave you or that you hear spit bullshit rhetoric every day. Because that's like a person that eats junk food all day telling you about nutrition. Because these guys haven't really worked on their internal. Now, they've worked on the outer, some of them. Kevin Samuels was a sharp dresser. He had correct points that matched the situation. He had correct points that matched the condition of the environment and conditions of the people. But his internal was effed up. Because what he unleashed in that energy that I talk about was the rise of sassy men. Not men that want to be heard, not men that speak. That's not what make a dude sassy, because he responds back to a woman. It's when he constantly wants to tell her how to be a woman. Now, how would you know, Lady Marmalade? We can't speak. I can't teach my granddaughter how to be a woman. I don't know. I don't know what it's like to be a woman. I can teach her how to carry herself like a lady. I can teach her from a man's perspective of how a lady should be treated. But in the thing with this, you're so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. People are so triggered when it comes to Kamala Harris. And the reason I said, and a brother asked me to explain, and I will. And the reason I said Umar Johnson is just a male version, a conscious version of Kamala Harris, because no matter what, just like Kamala Harris, no matter what you tell our people about how he's not doing things and how he doesn't love the black community, they still see him as a black man. Yes, baby. Okay, your dad gonna get it. They still see him as a black man and a good representative. No matter what you give them, no matter if you say he hasn't built the school, well, it's gonna be time. If you say Kamala Harris played a big role in mass incarceration in California, well, it's always that. Because in the same token, in the schizophrenic behavior, you hate what you love. So a lot of times you just hate this black skin, but at the same time, you're going to defend it simply because it's black. Does that make sense? Hit 7s if I make sense. Put 7s in my comments if I make sense. So a lot of times that you can't even reach people because of the lack of emotional maturity, because of the lack of emotional intelligence, male and female. That you can't tell people that he allegedly swindled King Randall out of money. You can't tell people that he allegedly, even though I know this to be true, had the police called on a brother, Q Butter, who's doing a phenomenal job with educating children. That is of no consequence because you're so busy believing. That's why I said he is the conscious version of a Kamala Harris, because you believe. Conscious black people are just as religious as Christians, contrary to their belief. Because the knowledge just gave you something else to believe. It didn't really liberate you, because to liberate you, you are to change how you treat people. So no matter if I'm Pan-African, foundational Black American, Hebrew, whatever you want to be, indigenous, we as a collective, you all sit up here and talk about the conditions of Black females and males. A person can be Muslim and mistreat a woman, or vice versa. A person can be Muslim, Pan-African, and treat their people and people like shit. So the belief is for you to give you a fake justification or rationalization that you are different. But that plays right into the Willie Lynch syndrome, because now there's another difference to control you with. You so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. There's another difference to control you with. Now it's foundational Black Americans versus Pan-Africans. And they spend their whole time not talking about how to debunk this system. Because you guess what? Guess what? For people that follow under, let me example, Moorish science or Moorish teachers, and they talk about the laws. You can change laws all you want. More power to you. I'm not hating on none of that. But you never will change the system. It's not the law. The law is a microcosm of the system. So you can change that, but guess what? They're still in charge. Debo still got your bike and your grandma's chain. But when they leave, you be talking again. You be quiet. But when they leave, you talk again. Ain't that right, Smokey? You're so undisciplined that you can't even get through calling a woman. You have to call a woman out her name. A bitch, a hoe, a broad. She's so undisciplined, she got to say a nigga. These niggas ain't this. You're so undisciplined that you can't even call somebody what they true are, a female, a male. You're so undisciplined that you only see your people as these names. And that is the things that you have to change. You got to change what's within. We keep talking about coming together. This is why I backed up, because we keep talking about, yo, notice if you hear people talking, they don't have nothing outside of this rhetoric to tell you. No, we just got to come together. But we can't even come together and talk about differences. Because you'd rather run and hide instead of having uncomfortable conversations. The uncomfortable conversation is where the healing takes place. Whether it's in your direct family or it's in your family that you created along this journey. The difficult conversations is what make you. The difficult conversations is where you find understanding. It's where you find understanding. Is Monty joining? Hey, Monty. Hey, Monty. Hey, Monty. What's up, bud? The difficult conversations is what make you. But you don't want to do that. You just want to pretend. Whether you Christian, whether you whatever. Like I said, I'm not talking to one specific set, one specific person. I'm talking to the condition and those that are infected by that condition. And we all are infected in one way or another. That's another thing that this knowledge make you think. This knowledge make you think you healed and you so above people. You might be different. Because certain things, I just don't get down like other dudes. Certain things I'm just not with. But in some cases, I'm just like everybody else. But it is to you to recognize what's going on within you. Can you hear a person telling you how they feel about something without you getting triggered? Elevation requires growth and discipline. You have to hear and understand, not listen to respond. You ain't listening because you're ready to clap back. Because you triggered and you feel a way about something that they just said. So you tuned out. This is why your children can't get peace for them being touched on. This is why your children can't get peace because you chose a man or a woman over them. And when they try to tell you, they trigger that narcissistic tendency within you. And you don't want to hear it. Because it makes you feel bad. And it makes you feel responsible. It makes you feel convicted. Like Lauryn Hill said a long time ago in her song, how you gonna win if you ain't right within? How you gonna win if you ain't right within? But you know, because, and you know why we can't solve problems? Because we've never seen them solved. Think about it. What I always say, images are advertisements for the mind. So we think in this some fantasy, just like religion, we think in this fantasy that we're just gonna come together. Oh, we come together. And now all of a sudden, all our troubles are gone. That sounds like heaven and milk and honey. When we die, we're going to inherit all of this. When we die, well, I got to wait till I die to get it. No, we got to understand this stuff right now because you don't know. Time is of the essence. You got it, but you don't got it. Ain't that right, Monkey? He want to get into something. But you don't know how much of it you got. Ain't that right, people? You don't know how much of it you got. So, like I say, man, stop matching energy. Stop getting on levels that's beneath you. Or at least if you're gonna go there, don't stay there. But don't go there and speak out of emotion. And now you said something that you meant to say, but you didn't mean it in the manner. And now you look and sound just like everybody else in that one split moment because you became undisciplined. Because something hit your ego. I told you the first thing, and also what that sister wanted to invalidate. She said, you only have 859 followers. Nobody listening to you. That's our problem. And I'm about to wrap it up. You think because a person got 1 million followers or a person got 70K followers on these apps that they are the truth. That doesn't validate their information. It just means that they got the gift of gab and they know how to draw a crowd. But there are so many false speakers. Think about how many people sit down and listen to TD Jakes or Power Bottom Jakes. How many people sat down and listened to Joel Osteen? How many people sit down and listen to these mega pastors, Creflo Dollar? But they ain't right within. Umar Johnson, not right within. He can question and cuss everybody out. He can question Kobe Bryant's family. Okay, Monty. Say, see you later. He can question Kobe Bryant's family. He can question everybody. This is how this BS works. Think about this. He questions everybody else about their affairs and their pockets. But the moment you ask this narcissist where the school and where the money at, he acts like you done asked him for a kidney. Because in his mind, he has convinced y'all, much like Charleston White, that he is above question. No matter what Charleston White say, y'all gonna find a way to validate it and say, oh, he right. You so focused on who fucking who, you don't realize who fucking you. You so focused on finding a leader and finding somebody to speak and be your spokesman and speak your pain. Speak your own pain. Speak your own pain. Speak up for yourself. I saw, and before I'm about to wrap it up, I saw a young lady yesterday, a sister that said, you know, where are our leaders? And I couldn't stitch her video, but I really want to have a conversation with this sister. Very, very, very good. She wasn't disrespectful in any way. She was asking a genuine, sincere question. And she was like, where are our leaders? And in my response to that sister, I would say, you are looking at her when you look in the mirror. You are the voice, but you got to be right within. You got to kill that ego, or that ego gonna kill you. Because most of the time, there's a few things that happens when you get that one or that leader. They're either going to incarcerate them, they're either going to exile them, or they're either going to assassinate them. But they're going to get them out the way because the goal is to neutralize the threat. So just like even on a smaller level, let's think about rap level. Let's think about the music level. When they took out Eazy-E, where did that leave Bone Thugs and Harmony? When they took out Pac, where did that leave Outlaws? Because they was all banking on that one person. That when they take them out, the group falls by the wayside. So just think, just think about it. Just think. I'm about to wrap it up. Discipline. You ain't got to match energy, and you ain't got to respond on a low nigga level to everything. Now, sometimes you might have to go there, but pick and choose your battles, and be careful, and don't let them get your energy. Peace.